Go girls!
Won't you come away? Come to me, baby, everything's okay. I'll take you where you never been before. There's something for you, a whole lot more. Ooh, ain't that sweet? Everyone knows you. Come on, get with us, y'all. Slide, come on, slide, slide. Come on, slide, girl, home. Slide, girl, home. Slide, slide, slide. Why don't you slide? Slide, 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 yeah, home, slide.
Okay, so now we're going to get into what I call the digital class reunion. So I'm asking different people about their experience at Berkeley High School, and there's some lightweight questions. So I just want you to have fun with it, and if you don't want to answer the question, just say, go to the next question. Okay, so the first one, again, tell us your name and class.
Candy Gorey, class of 76.
So tell us your name and your class.
I'm Hannah Carpolo, 1978.
I know you, but tell everybody else. Who do we have here?
Well, my name's Danny Ray Wilson, and I'm class of 80, play baseball, football, and basketball.
Why don't you talk to us? Okay, tell me your name and what's your class.
My name is Anthony Holmes, and I'm in the class of 80.
I've run across my friend Michelle, so I'm going to treat Michelle just like everyone else. We're going to ask her for the same information, even though most of it I know already.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so tell us your name and the class that you graduated with.
My name is Michelle Dupree Gaines. I graduated in class of 1977.
Okay, so Melanie, tell us your full name and your class.
My name is Melanie Menzel, and I'm the class of 1985, all the way live.
Hey, go Melanie.
My full name is Ernest Anthony Hester, and I graduated the class of 1970, Berkeley High School. That was a long time ago.
Tell us your name, your full name and your class, the class that you graduated in.
Pat LaTorres, class of 70.
The first question is, who were some of the staff members that stuck in your mind and why?
Mr. Johnson, Mr. Nash, Mrs. Mims, Philip Bennett, Mr. Dickey. They're just people that either said something to me or did something with me that I never forgot.
That sounds good. Who were some of the staff members that you remember and why?
Okay, actually I don't remember so much from Berkeley High. I remember from King. Okay, so I remember Jack Ball most of all. He was a PE teacher, and he was really encouraging. We had co-ed PE for the first time. They were just starting that in 72. I remember Miss Falk. She was this big Afrocentric woman. She wore all these kunte cloth outfits. She was really big and really dark skinned. Do you remember Miss Falk? Sophia Falk.
Now, do you remember any teachers from back in high school, junior high, high school?
Mr. Crawford, let him rest in peace. Mr. Mitchell, wow.
That's good.
Yeah, that's about the ones I can remember right now.
Tell us, do you remember any staff members?
I remember Brian McKnight, not McKnight, Robert McKnight, and Richard Navies. That's about it. That's been 40 years.
That's good, because I don't remember any of them. Do you remember any of the teachers from back then? Anybody stick in your mind?
I don't remember any of the teachers necessarily. I remember a couple of the coaches on the basketball team. Coach Hensley and Coach Paul Daniels, they were the basketball coaches. I hung out a lot with the basketball team.
Now, who are some of the staff members or teachers that you remember?
Jay Manley, Tom Haynes, basically the performing arts department. I spent most of my time working with them, so those are people I remembered.
Okay. So the next one, prom. Now, I didn't go to my prom, so tell me about yours.
I didn't go to class of 76 prom because I went to the class of 75, that's really high prom with my boyfriend. And I knew I wasn't a frilly kind of girl, so I was okay not going to mine.
Okay, so she went with her boyfriend to class of 75, so you were with the big kids.
Yes.
Okay, so the next one is prom. Did you go to prom or not? Why or why not?
I just wasn't into the school spirit.
I didn't go to prom either. I went hanging out with my girlfriends. Tell us, did you go to prom? Tell us about prom.
Prom was awesome. I was a little nervous because I felt like I was dressed like an old church girl. So my mom, when I left home, I'll never forget that. My mom had the cutest blue dress, and it had a thing where I could take it out the middle. So I took it out the middle so you could see something. I remember that.
Okay, girl, did you go to prom? Why or why not?
I did go to prom. I'm actually a very sentimental person, and I went to prom with my boyfriend at the time, and we actually used to play kissing girls at LeConte Elementary School. I used to chase him, and he was a little bit heavy set, so he was the one that all the girls could catch, you know, and kiss, and he ended up being my boyfriend in high school. Yeah.
What a sweet story.
I also went to the 1984 prom with my best friend Noah, who I used to go camping with all the time, and that was a blast too. So.
Oh, wow, so you had two proms that you went to.
I was pretty lucky.
You were lucky. Did you go to prom?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Why not? Because you're a guy. Normally guys go and some of the girls don't go.
Well, let me tell you a funny story. Being a preacher's son, back then, 18, 19, associating with women at church was very easy for me because I was very popular in the church scene. But school, it was a completely different thing. For some reason, I was very shy, very timid, didn't talk to a lot of girls, really didn't even have a girlfriend because back then, high school girls, if you were not a star athlete or someone else really special or popular, the girls were basically ignoring you. So I was one of the guys that got ignored back then.
Okay, now the next one is prom. Did you go? Did you
Did
not?
not go.
Why?
Just wasn't really into it.
You know, I wasn't into it either. Tell us about hairdos that you remember, Candy. You remember any hairdos back then?
Brother, natural. Especially when you had to, if your hair didn't stand up and you had to braid it, and sometimes with lotion, and then roll it with a sponge roller, and then pick it out, and then pick it out, and then pat it with a scarf, and then just hope that there was no humidity out there so your natural wouldn't fall.
Oh, wow, that was a good one. Good one. You have a good memory. She got into some details, too. What hairdos do you remember?
You know, that's the other thing. I mean, of course, with the black girls, I remember the big naturals, and the guys, too. Oh, man, the biggest crush I had, Kenny Harris. He had the most beautiful natural.
Remember Kenny Harris? I remember him.
I have not seen or heard of him since the 70s. But, yes, he was my junior high crush.
Oh, how
And
sweet.
Jeff Ransom. Jeff Ransom was so sweet, though. Yeah.
Oh, how sweet. She's taking us way back. Let's talk about hairdos. Which hairdos do you remember?
I remember the snatchbacks and the afros. My hair was so fine that I couldn't wear the afros. It would just fall right in the middle. So I would put a natural comb in there or one of those forks and put it right in the back. Yeah.
Now, for the young ones that don't remember the snatchback, tell us about the snatchback.
Snatchback was when your hair was in layers and cut back. real nice and neat. Beautiful hairstyle.
Which hairdos do you remember?
Oh, definitely feathered hair and like Madonna sort of style was the in thing. You know, the lace gloves and Prince. You know, it was like, oh look, you have that still. Coco, you are still in fashion. It always comes around, right?
I don't throw out anything. Okay, that is great. Any hairdos that stick out in your mind in particular from back then?
Well, of course, I had a big natural like everybody else, and it just everybody had big naturals, and so did I. Wore bell-bottom pants and platform shoes, and the whole 9 yards.
That's right. I remember that. It goes together. Was any hairdos in particular that you remember?
Any which?
Any hairdos?
I know fros were just coming in, and a lot of the guys had long hair. I hadn't gotten there yet, but I worked towards it.
Okay, back then, long hair like ponytails?
Some of the guys, yeah. And then, like I said, the fros were starting to come in big time.
Let's talk about music that you remember and music that you like or music that you didn't like.
I love the Bee Gees. I loved the Whisperers is my favorite group, right? But the song that sticks with me more is when that family reunion by the OJs came out in our senior year. And no matter where I hear that song at, it takes me back to class of 1976.
Oh, what music do you remember?
Oh, the music is all the same music I still listen to. So Earth, Wind and Fire, Brothers Johnson, the OJs, the Barclays, Funkadelic, anything funky, anything with a beat. And then I also really like some people that didn't really last, maybe Minnie Riperton. Well, of course, she passed away. But I remember Minnie Riperton. I loved her.
Now, what music do you remember from back then?
The Parliaments.
Okay.
Let me see. What else? Parliaments. Who? Oh, Roger. Oh, Zap. Roger. Parliaments. Isley Brothers. Gap Band. Yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
Starting to help Danny Ray with the music.
Oh, yeah.
What music do you remember from back then?
Oh, I remember a whole lot, like The Emotions, Cool in the Gang. I'm a music person, so Luther Vandross. It's so many. I just can't think of them right off, but it's a lot. I remember the round room, we had our dances and stuff in. I was on the basketball team, of course, me and Danny Ray. And we gave a lot of parties at the round room, so a lot of music, in the 80s, was like classics.
Which music do you remember?
I remember all of the Isleys. The Isleys was the bomb. Yeah.
Okay. What music do you remember?
Well, like I said, Prince and Madonna, and I was in kind of like mixed crowds of different people. I hung out different locations in Berkeley High School. There was always those different cliques, but I felt like I kind of flowed between different ones. So I was, into the, how do you call it? I don't even remember the name of the kinds of music. Wait. So rock and soul. I just have this I love music and I love people. And it really does mark the time, and so when I hear that music back from the day, it does bring back those memories.
Oh, that is so sweet. What music did you like then? I know you like gospel now, but was it gospel
Right.
then?
No. Back then, it was an era of such incredible music back then. All the Motown stars and then the stylistics, the OJs, the Shy Lights, all the groups that had hits back then, Sly Stone, and I can go on and on, when music was real. And they had great artists back then.
I know what you mean when you say real, because back then, the music was teaching us.
Right.
It was helping us to go forward.
You got that.
Oh, yeah, I missed
And
that,
it
too.
was real music. Now everything is so watered down and so digital. They don't have the great musicians like they did back when we were coming up. And I try to tell my daughter, you really missed out on the era of incredible music, because that's when the music was incredible.
Tell us about some music that you remember.
Well, there was a lot of the Psychedelia coming on that time. Buddy Miles, Grateful Dead were just coming up. Neville Brothers was still coming in there. Music that really hit big was when Duke Ellington played at the school. And that was really good because he spent the day before his concert walking around the campus talking to students. And so you get a chance to meet people because a lot of big name performers came and played at the community theater. So it worked out well.
And the last question is, what surprised you in life that you never imagined?
I never thought, because I don't like to get in front of a camera or anything like that, I never thought that I would be doing a memorial page for our alumni. No one could have ever told me years ago that that's what I would be doing. And I'm doing it, so I just didn't see that in the cards.
Right on. So that's, you heard it first from Miss Candy. And Candy, thank you for all of the fantastic work that you did and that you're doing and that you continue to do. God bless. What surprised you in life that you never imagined?
So this is where my daughter is supposed to walk up and say, "Oh, Mom, I've been looking for you." Because that would be what I would say, you know, it's really the most surprising thing to me is that today I'm the proud parent of a senior at Berkeley High School who is like, amazes me every day with her sensitivity and her intelligence and most of all, I think her ability to get through life. So she has this, like, just an unusual family dynamic. So she just handles it so well and knows how to take care of herself, has a lot of really good skills. And I'm just so proud of her.
Thank you for taking time to talk with us. God bless. Now, tell us, how did you envision yourself, or what did you envision yourself doing when you graduated from high school, and what actually ended up happening, like then and now? What did you want to be?
What I eventually wanted to do is play pro ball. You know, I played baseball, basketball, football, and I played a little minor league, you know, so I wanted to play ball, pro ball. It didn't work out, my arm went out, so what I did is ran the streets for a while, then ended up getting a job. And I've been on this job almost like 16 years. So, and that's what I'm doing now. And glad to be healthy and out here talking to all my friends.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny Ray.
Right.
Okay, give me some love. Okay. Right on. Okay, cool. Okay, so tell me, now, how did you envision yourself back then? What was your plans as far as after you graduated from high school, opposed to what ended up happening? Like, what are you doing now? How different was it?
Well, basically, my goals was just have a good life, go to work, look out for our youngsters, make sure that they be, you know, taken care of, you know, led the right way, and basically that, you know.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, thanks for stopping to talk to us.
Nice talking to you.
So now the last question is, what surprised you in life that you didn't imagine?
What my biggest surprise was, and it's a saddening surprise, losing my mom at a very young age. I could never imagine going through life without her. She left, I was only 31, so that was a little trial for me, and I survived because I retired from my state job at 55, and now I'm currently doing real estate, and I love it.
Oh, congratulations, and thank you for taking time out to talk with us. Okay, love you, Michelle. Okay, the last question is, what surprised you in life that you didn't imagine?
Well, like I said, like, you know, that you can actually make a career out of, you know, following your passion and working with your mom for the last 25 years and having your own business. That's been a dream. So that really surprised me.
That's wonderful. You're welcome.
You're awesome.
Thank you. The last question, what surprised you that you didn't imagine back then?
Well, it was hard for me because I was raised in a family with 7 other siblings, so it was a big family. Both my parents in the family, but then life was, you know, really hard. My dad trying to take care of 8 kids, and you know, that was a struggle that I got a chance to witness. Today, there's a lot of things that's surprising, but back then everything was just easy going.
Well, that's a good answer. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Now, the last question is, what surprised you in life that you didn't imagine?
That I made it to this age? No, I think that just the changes that we managed to make, because we were coming right in the middle of the Vietnam debacle, and we managed to influence things, and we managed to change the country. And it wasn't just Berkeley High School, obviously, but being students at Berkeley, we were very open-minded, very aware of what's going on around us in both the country and the world, and the fact that we could step up to the plate and make a difference. And it feels good looking back on it that we managed to pull it off.
That sounds great. Now, can you offer any words of encouragement for the young kids coming up? Anything that you would tell them that you wish someone would have told you?
Don't give up. You can do it. You got to get into it. You got to buckle down. And if you want to achieve it, get your butt in gear and you can do it.
I like that. Thanks so much. God bless.
I got them shaking they boobies like Congos, man. I'm shaking the city like quakes. The haters blue in the face like Gonzo, cause I'm breaking the cake, so let's bake. I'm taking the game's mine. Y'all witness the change, it's my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say your whack raps, daylight saving time. I can dance, homie, I don't two-step. Y'all looking at something like a true player. A girl told me that a man that can dance might could possibly get down with the tool in his pants. Now I'm a ladies, let me see it vibrate. And when it's over, you ain't gonna need your bow. Cause I'm a pro, make you bend your back low, then the pound it real bad, just like the percolate.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. 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 Get it now, yeah, yeah. Get it now, yeah, yeah. Get it now, yeah, yeah. Get it now, yeah, yeah.
Hey, big girl, make 'em back it up. Make 'em back it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em back it up. Make 'em back it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em back it up. Make 'em back it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em back it up. Make 'em back it up. Back it up.
Girl, wobble it, and I'ma gobble it. I say you moving your head, go ahead, bobble it. We can cradle the bed, I'm straight racking it. The girls say, man, like the cover racket shit. Damn, I'm so explicit, but I can't help it, my flow ridiculous. Boy, got a gift like it gotta be Christmas. Swag on this like it gotta be gifted. The girls brought cameras, and they want pictures, and they gon' frame them to see that. Little bit while I'm saying my scriptures. Cause I leave you holy like you pray in the temple. 1B, I move with the letter of a pencil. And mine won't miss you, good night kiss you. Take a damn back, cause you got pistol. And I don't think Donnie pick her up these issues.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. 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 Get it now, yeah, yeah. Get it now, yeah, yeah. Get it now, yeah, yeah. Get it now, yeah, yeah.
Hey, big girl, make 'em back it up. Make 'em back it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em back it up. Make 'em back it up. Hey, big girl,
That was spirit.